Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are decorating another apartment. I did ask you guys on the community tab if you wanted me to build a house for today or an apartment, and most of you guys did vote for apartment, so that is what we're doing. And this is I don't want to say it's a big family apartment, but it's for 5 Sims total and a cat as well. So it's for 2 parents and 1 teen who is a boy, and then 2 children that are twins who share a room, so it's for 5 Sims total. So a little bit like almost a bigger family, I would say. And it was also requested or suggested if I could do this apartment because it is a bright, colorful apartment. I think it was suggested on the last apartment that I did Friday. And I thought, you know what, I just want to go a little bit crazy with color. So we are decorating this in a very colorful way. There's a lot going on and I had so much fun with this. So I hope you guys like it. So it's not overly done with the colors in a way that nothing matches. The color scheme that we're going for the living area, which is the kitchen here and the dining area, and then also the living room area with the TV setup and everything, is sort of, I want to say like a blue-green kind of, along with a little bit of orange and then also yellow and red. So there's a lot of color going on, but I thought when you do, or in my opinion, when you do like very colorful interior like this, where you want to incorporate as many colors as possible, it's important to keep everything kind of coordinated a little bit. Otherwise, it starts out looking a little bit messy, and I wasn't really going for that. I wanted it to look colorful, but still, you know, like it made sense in a way, so I decided to go for that color combination. I think especially yellow, red, and blue-green looks nice together. The orange kinda came into the picture because of the 2 Parenthood couches that I'm using. They both have a small orange pillow on them, like each of them has a small orange pillow, so I thought it would be fitting if I just added a little bit of extra orange. So I did that with a lamp. You'll see that in just a little second. So I did have issues matching these 2 couches as per usual. I just can't, none of the swatches matches together, which is so weird. So I had issues with that. One of them is white and the other one is gray. Like the back of the couch is white on one of them and the other one is gray. So there is that, but other than that, I think those 2 actually go well together, especially considering the pillows match, which was very important to me. And I was trying to go for a blue-green rug as well in this area, but I ended up changing it to a white one that's also from Parenthood. So overall, we've actually used a lot of stuff from Parenthood. So both the counters are from Parenthood. I think I'm using the fridge and the stove from Jungle Adventure, I think, because those came in some really nice colorful swatches as well. I was considering using the blue-green one instead, but I decided to go for yellow after all. You guys know I like to decorate with yellow. I do it quite often. So of course, when I'm doing something very colorful, I needed to incorporate that color too. And then we're also using from Parenthood, we're also using a coffee table, and also these 2, what are they called, bookcases as well, are also from Parenthood. So a lot of Parenthood stuff in this apartment, I would say. Also in both the children's room and also in the teens room. I actually really like how the teens room came out. It's a little bit small, but I think that they got the teen first, and well, of course they got that kid first. Anyways, he's older than the other 2. Okay, that makes sense. But I think he had the bigger room to start out with, but then when the twins came along, the parents sort of convinced him to move into the smaller room because they needed a bigger room to stay the both of them together. So the 2 twins have the bigger room and then the teen has a smaller room, but I like how his room is decorated. It's very close together, it's kind of crammed together, very cluttered, a lot of decor in there, but I really like how it turned out, and also very colorful. I think for his room I went with red, blue, and white mainly, and then a little bit of something extra, maybe like mint or something. It was very inspired by the bed swatch that I went with, which was from Parenthood, I think. You see that in just a second. We're actually moving on to the parents' rooms kind of soonish, so we're gonna do that one first. And I had issues with the parents' room. I'm just saying, like, because I couldn't find a bed that I thought fit the rest of the apartment, so I was looking for a red bed that I thought fit the whole style of the apartment, because I know we have one red bed, which is from base game, but other than that, I don't recall other red beds. I think there are some darker reds, but that's not the kind of... I was going for a very kind of bright, happy red, if that's even a thing, but a bright red at least. But I couldn't find one. I couldn't find a bed swatch that fits, so that was when I decided that maybe we should just go for different color schemes for the bedrooms. So in the parents' bedroom, I was very inspired by the bed swatch again. The bed swatches are kind of like what inspired the whole color scheme of all the 3 bedrooms, to be honest, even for the children's bedroom as well. So anyways, for the parents' bedroom, I'm using the bed from Seasons that I don't often use, because you know the one with a throw on it, I use that so often. It has a lot of nice swatches and it's easy to make it work in an interior, but this one, however, is a little bit weird. Some of the color swatches are just kind of, I want to say, interesting a little bit. Like one of them is very eggplant colored, kind of, along with, they mixed it with this sort of like yellow orange. Again, it's very strange. I want to use it at some point, just not today, but I'm using that bed and you'll see in just a second what I mean. So the color scheme that we went for is kind of like a dusty blue a little bit, and then also a little bit of green, which was inspired by the chair that I went with, and then also that sort of orange yellow color. So it's a little bit interesting in there. It's blue and yellow, which is the color scheme that I often use, but it's different tones of blue and yellow that I don't often use, basically. So yeah, hopefully that made any sense whatsoever. The living area here is coming together. I just cluttered it up a little bit. I decided to swap these bookcases out with some that were light brown instead, because I thought they would fit the kitchen area a little bit better. And then this area here behind the couches were annoying me so much, but I didn't want to move the couches back because then we had this big open space around the coffee table and I wasn't really feeling that, or we'd end up with a lot of space in front of the TV as well, and I wasn't feeling that either. So I decided to put some bookcases behind the couches that hopefully your Sims can still use. I haven't actually play tested this apartment just yet, but I will do that before I upload it, of course. And here's the bed swatch that I was talking about. So the blue is a little bit like, it's not a very bright, bold kind of blue. And then as you can see, the yellow as well is sort of like slightly orange too. And I didn't know what kind of bedside tables to go for either, because there's no light brown or any kind of brown on this bed actually. So I was like, do I go for white bedside tables or do I go for black bedside tables? Should I go for some that are blue like the bed itself? I don't fully know, but I decided to go for light brown because we're kind of going for a very light interior to go with the colors so it doesn't get too heavy. So I think the only dark brown throughout the interior, not counting the terrace by the way, but you'll see that in the end of the video, the only dark brown there is actually the doors and also the wood on the wallpaper and then the archway, and I think that's about it. Other than that, we're mainly going for like light brown woods or white woods as well, or plastic or whatever that's made of, I don't know. Anyways, so I decided to go for light brown bedside tables. That was a very long explanation as to why I chose that colored bedside tables. Anyways, so yeah, I do like this room though. I did have to add just a little bit of dark brown in here actually because of this chair that I'm using, because it was the only one I could find that actually fit the blue on the bed, because it's kind of like, it's a little bit of a special kind of blue. So I had to go for that specific chair with that specific swatch, or in that specific swatch, and because that chair in that swatch was made out of dark brown wood, I decided to also change the mirror to dark brown wood so it wouldn't just stand out a little bit too much compared to the rest of the interior or the rest of the furniture in this room. So yeah, that's about the only like dark brown items I think is throughout this build. I could be wrong, but I was mainly going for light brown, definitely, for once. I do like to, I love to decorate with more darker toned woods because it's just very cozy and warm and reminds me of winter or Christmas or something. I don't fully know. I just really like it. So anyways, in here we got the teens bedroom, and it is a boys bedroom. Like I said earlier, it is very small, but hopefully you guys know where I was where I'm coming from with the story. Like, they have a pair of twins that sort of have to live in the same room. So the teen decided to just take over this small room. I don't know what it was before, maybe an office or something, don't fully know. But yeah, he likes this room though, hopefully. I don't think he minds too much, like having a small room. I think he has everything he needs in here. He's very nerdy, he's very geeky, he likes space and computer games, although he only has a laptop. But of course I had to use the laptop because it came in a red swatch and it's new and shiny and I just need to use it. So, but I think he likes his room. Everything, yeah, he just has everything he needs in here, and I've used a lot from Parenthood as well. So both the dresser and the bookcase, the bedside table, and the bed itself are all from Parenthood. So yeah, it's a very Parenthood kind of room. Also, actually, the wallpaper too. I don't remember if those posters I just put up there are from Parenthood, but I kind of think they are a little bit. So yeah, it's a very Parenthood kind of room, but I don't mind too much. I love that pack. Also the lamp on the bedside table too is also from Parenthood. I don't know, it's one of my favorite packs to use for especially like colorful interior, colorful teens rooms or children's rooms. It just has a lot of nice swatches, a lot of nice items. I wish we could get more of this kind of vibe, like more furniture with this kind of vibe or in this kind of vibe. Hopefully you know what I mean. So I'm looking forward to that if that ever happens. I'll go crazy with interior if that ever happens. So anyways, in here we got the twins room, and I started out using this kind of color scheme, but then I changed it up a little bit. So we're going for, again, a little bit of like a dusty kind of dark blue, and then also some lighter blue, and then a little bit of yellow in here too. It's just one of those color schemes I can't shake. Anyways, so yeah, but I was trying to find a red swatch. I just didn't really feel like using this bed in the red swatch, but I was definitely trying to just change it up a little bit in here. It didn't work out though, so we're sticking to yellow and blue. Of course we are. It just works, okay? So I started out putting these two desks in here, but I actually ended up removing both of them because it got a little bit too... There wasn't a lot of space to move around in here, and they didn't have a lot of toys. Plus there was no plushie in the living room, so I really wanted them to have this big plushie in their room instead. So I ended up actually removing the two tables, or the two desks, and it opens up a lot of, like, there's a lot more room. It was really bothering me that the dresser here was right in front of the door. I thought that's so unrealistic, so I just had to do something about it. I think I put the bookcase over here instead, yeah. And then other than that, I add some clutter and a mirror and some more clutter, some posters, a lamp too, and I think that's about it, to be honest. Other than that, we're just adding, yeah, a lot of decor, a lot of posters and stuff in here, and these two twins are definitely animal lovers. It's kind of the vibe that I was going for, so they have a lot of animal-inspired items and toys in here as well, so I thought it would just be really, really cute if both of them were just, you know, ginormous animal lovers. So I think they're really good friends with the family cat as well that lives in this apartment. I think the cat is a little bit spoiled, but it's a very lovable and very loving cat as well, so it's okay to spoil it. You know, I don't know if it's a male or female cat, I have no clue, but it's definitely a very loved cat. And I did put in a laundry room in this apartment. I did get a comment about that on my last apartment speed build, because someone said that I should remember to add laundry room more often. It's not that I forget, I would say. Sometimes the floor plan doesn't allow it, first of all, but second of all, I also think it's important to keep in mind that not everyone has the laundry day, and I think it's easier to just swap out a few things in the apartment than change the laundry room into something completely different. So it's not always that I put laundry rooms in my apartments or my houses, but it's because of that, so just keep that in mind. But I did do it in this one because there was room for it, and yeah, I thought it would be good for this family. Also because the color swatches of the laundry machines are so colorful, so I just went with the whole interior as well. But yeah, it's a very small bathroom in here. It's very Parenthood. Again, surprise, we're using both Parenthood wallpaper and also the bathtub shower combo, and also these counters too, and the mirror, so a lot of Parenthood going on here. Like I said earlier in this video though, though. I am using a lot of Parenthood throughout the entire apartment. I did warn you guys. If you don't have that pack, by the way, and you've been wondering if you should get it, definitely get it because I love it. I've talked about that before, both for gameplay but also build by. If you like to do very family-oriented interiors, Parenthood is just a must-have. I love it so much. So yeah, I can definitely recommend. But yeah, I do want to say before this video is over, someone also asked me what that red shelf that I'm using was, and I've explained it a couple of times already, but just in case you haven't heard what it is, or maybe you're new to the channel and you haven't heard me explain what it is before, but it's a CC item that makes it a little bit easier to place clutter. So you just place it on the wall at the height you want the clutter, then you put the clutter on top of the shelf, and then you drag the clutter off of the shelf, and the clutter will be at that height. It'll kind of be stuck at that height. So it's very handy if you like to go a little bit crazy with clutter, as I do. So yeah, it's linked in the description down below if you are curious, and or if you just wanted to download it or whatever, it's linked down there. Hopefully the download link should work again. I think SimFileShare is up and running again. It had a hard time for a bit there, but it should be up again. So yeah, everything should be fine. But anyways, we are getting into the screenshots, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. If you like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. As always, if there's anything you want to see here on the channel, do leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will write all your suggestions down in my little notebook or planner or whatever I call it these days. So yeah, and other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!